Good morning, everybody. Lynn, how you doing, buddy? Hopefully my sound is good. And my co-host is down in the basement waiting. Let's make sure my sound is good. Lynn says he won't be around to the end of the show. He's packed up to go to Ventura for the Great Terrain Show. Okay. All right. Well, I might as well bring John up. I don't think anybody else is here.
Well, then we'll just have a talk with each other. How are you today, Steve?
There's Almar and Boilermaker Rick, Kyle, JB. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, again, my sound is okay. John, I know you can hear me.
Yes, I hear you fine.
So, hello, Eagle Creek. How you doing this morning? Backdrop's looking good. Everything's falling into place for you. So, hello, Lee. How you doing? I do have a couple of mail calls today. One that I've been waiting for 2 years, over 2 years, I think.
All right.
And might do a little preview on the post office. We'll have the big unveil on it on Tuesday. Hello, Dwight. How you doing? Enjoying that frigid Northern Illinois weather?
Oh, yeah, and we had snow here this morning in Middle Tennessee.
Snow's a 4-letter word.
Yes, it is. It's all melted already. We're up to a whopping 34 degrees now. Whoops, you went silent.
I got a notification about a eBay item I'm watching.
Oh, okay. More important than the live stream, huh?
No, not necessarily. But I am watching it. As you know, I need more of those 5-story city classic buildings.
Yeah, and I did get one of mine down. I think I'm going to try to go ahead and scan it for you.
That'll work.
And
matter of fact, I'm working on a TOD. Now, as you and I had discussed, John, on these and how I've scanned this and thus have that. I mean, probably on camera, you probably can't tell much difference, can you?
No. Nope. That's good.
So, I'm working on that. It's on the workbench. So,
very good.
I'm always trying to buy more stuff. Speaking of which, John and I were talking. One of the bigger train shows for our area, or my area, is this weekend. The Real Rails train show at the Bradenton Area Convention Center in Palmetto, Florida, which is 30 minutes away from me, maybe. Good morning, Jared. So I'll be heading off to that in the morning and see what kind of goodies I can pick up.
And that was one I never was able to get to. I guess there was always some issue where I could not go to that one.
It's about the same distance for both of us, due south.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
well, not now.
Not now, yeah.
No.
Yeah, you would have to cross the Scary Bridge.
Yeah.
The Skyway.
Yeah.
I hate that bridge.
Yeah, so do I. It was even worse when it was the original twin span.
Well, at least then it was a big old cantilever bridge, encased. And I don't mind suspension bridges, but that single center span suspension I mean, it doesn't look right. All right, it just it gives the appearance that it's unstable. I'm not saying it is. It just gives that appearance looking at it because you got the one set of suspension lines going right down the middle. So what's to keep the bridge, from doing
Yeah,
that?
they're bolted
So,
together in the concrete.
well, I understand that, but
Yeah.
it's
Believe me, the old bridge with the 1,500 feet of open deck girder bridge was not fun to go across.
if you're in a car, you don't look down, you don't
But
notice.
it
Hell, half of the San Francisco Bay Bridge is that way. All right, the east
yeah.
half.
Well,
So
us that were afraid of heights didn't like it.
PFM, Jared. Okay, you gotta explain that one to me. I can probably figure out what the F is. P may be pretty F and M. I don't know. Hey Joe, how you doing? So I don't know what I got, if anything, on Wednesday at Caboose Stop. There was a dump truck I was bidding on, and then I found out it also had a crane. I think I won that, but not sure.
Well,
So I might.
you can always use a crane, Steve.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can use it here in Chicago. I have it set up like it's putting an air conditioning unit up on one of the buildings.
Hmm.
Cat butt.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry, that was my cat butt.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure out what PFM is.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He's gotten to like me a lot more since my wife passed away, so he's a pain
yeah,
now.
yeah. The I wish my cat would pass away. It's 15 years old and decrepit.
Yeah, yeah. They're good to have, I guess.
No, they're not.
Whoops.
Pure effing magic. Okay, got it now, Jared. I figured it was something like along those lines.
Something happened to my system here. I lost the television. Can you hear me, Steve?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I can't see anything.
Uh, well, you always were blind, so.
Well, yeah. Whoops. I guess my monitor is gone.
Yeah, cats always like you when they're hungry.
Oh, gee. What happened?
I give up.
Yeah, oh, I don't give up. I just keep looking for what the problem is. Let's see. What happened? Oh, my power.
So, what the hell is that one looking at? Readjust the camera.
No power to my monitor.
Turn it on.
Yeah, no, it's I'm hitting the switch and it's not coming on. There's there.
Mine's 8. Oh, I remember those days. I have no desire to live in that environment again.
Oh. Well, get out of there.
So does anybody use modeling putty?
I have, but not for trains. I used it for some of my military models.
I usually end up using it in corners. Because no matter what I do, there always seems to be on a bevel where light comes through. So I always add a strip of modeling putty down the inside, even when it's fit together well. But anyway, the reason I ask is after 2 years, let me switch cameras back again. After 2 years, I finally have gone through this one, which is plastic putty, Vallejo plastic putty.
Oh. Somehow my cat unplugged my monitor.
Well, that's no good.
No. I gotta clean up and readjust things here so the cat can't do it. That was one of the tasks I was completing this week, was cleaning up and setting up my...
Hey, Gus.
And
you spackling paste on plastic, Lynn? Huh. Never would have thunk it. Well, you got your picture back.
Yes, I got my picture back. Yeah.
Did you turn it on?
No, it's my when my monitor shut down, it turned the camera off. So I don't know.
And yeah, but what'd you do? Shut your monitor off?
No, the cat unplugged my monitor.
All right.
So I had to dig down in there and find out which wire was not hooked up and rehook it up. So we're good now.
All right, Ben. Yeah, that makes sense. Spackling paste on plastic. Never would have thunk it.
Yeah, it could work, Steve, but you'd probably still have to maybe paint it. Just because that spackling, would still show light through it.
I rarely need it on the outside. I like I said, I'm usually putting it on the inside. Now on the roof of the post office, I had to use it because I had some joins. That the building's so big, there's no single sheet of styrene that would fit on it. So I had to use a couple, and then I just made it look like squared off sections of roof panels, which is common anyway.
Oh, Mom and Son Train Rail fans, good morning to you.
Hello, Mom and Son. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Back of my head. Let's try a different picture here. I didn't realize.
It's actually better than the front of your head.
Yeah. Okay.
And yes, Steve and I do harass each other all the time, so that's normal.
It's more common than not harassing each other. So anyway, I did have to break down and put an order in with Amazon, and I could be like Keith, and did you see how Amazon is so happy we found each other? See that? Pretty nice. Pretty neat marketing gig.
Yeah,
And it's recyclable too.
And they do need to have that on all my packages out here when they do find me.
Yeah, and if you need to figure out how to recycle, there's a website here. All right, it's howtorecycle.info. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Learn more at amazon.com/thismailer. Do I sound like Heath? Finally, an envelope where it's tear here to open. Let's see if it works. I think it's going to work. And lo and behold, I got not one, but two things of putty. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're the same size. Now, I used to have a thing of Tamiya plastic putty, but I hated it. All right, because it didn't have the pointed nozzle tip on it. Now, one of these would fit on it, but Vallejo gives it to you. So.
I remember when I did a lot of military modeling, I'd use the squadron putty.
Squadron, I never heard that.
Yeah, I don't even think it's made anymore, but it was a excellent model putty, but it was expensive. And it tended to dry up before I got it all used.
Well, like I said, I've had this little tube for 2 years, and it's still got a little bit left in it. So, the one thing bad was it did rupture on the side, so I did have putty flowing out everywhere until I got far enough up that I could wrap it up.
Yeah. Surprised that didn't dry it out, though.
Yeah, so far there's still a little bit left. I use it on the whatchamacallit. Speaking of the whatchamacallit, we can do a preview. How's that?
Lynn, are you talking about the squadron putty? Yeah, the squadron putty's real good as long as it lasts, but I always found that it didn't last long enough. Steve, are you having issues there?
No, I just turned the lights off so the lights would come on.
Oh, okay.
So the train room lights would come on. You should be seeing the post office, don't you?
We see the post office. No lights are on yet, though.
There's a 30-second delay on the photocells.
Oh, okay.
There they go. They're coming on. There you are. So, I'm hoping to pick up a roof detail kit at the train show this weekend. But you can see how the road goes through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little naked on top there.
It is. So, I mean, it came with a bunch of little fan type vents, but I need big, industrial stuff. So.
Hey, JB, my cat is always welcome to run over to Steve's house.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the preview. More on that on Tuesday's tip of the day. Thank you. My logo blocks the view of the. Oh, well, sorry. Shouldn't have.
It was blocking most of it, Steve.
Really?
Could
Let's
just
go
barely
back.
see the top of the roadway, the opening. There, that's a little better. No, now it's bad. It was
How
better
is
the
that?
way you had,
How is that bad?
because of that picture there shows most of the building. The other one blocks most of the driveway area.
Hang on a second. Let me get where I can see StreamYard and so they're not on the same.
There it is. Whoop! Now it's
Okay.
not.
Now see, I can fix that. Don't worry. How's
Okay,
that?
that's better. That's better.
Does that work?
Hmm.
So. All right. Let's go back to where we. Uh,
Very good.
how is she doing, Lynn?
Must be doing pretty good. She's well enough to go to Vegas.
Well, it says when she's well enough.
Oh, when she will. Where? Oh, yeah. I don't have my glasses on.
Yes, yes, it is. So, what was in those cars that's leaking in Ohio?
It was some kind of toxic plastic, if I remember
Huh.
right, and it was burning.
Well, as long as she continues to improve, Lynn. Oh. So you didn't get anything this week, huh, John?
No, I did not order a thing. It's that time of the month, you know. Got to
Well, I'm
save
slow.
up money for the end of the month.
Yeah, I'm slowing my purchases down. But the one thing that I did get that I've been waiting for, at least I had that money already set aside. So
Hmm. Yeah, I need some more turnouts or switches, whichever you want to call them, and still need to make my order through microengineering to get the some more of the ladder track system. That will probably
see, here's
be.
what if you take the definition of each word that's used to describe what you're talking about.
Hmm.
All right. For instance, in England they call them the points. Okay.
Points.
Well, the points are actually the rails, the tips of the rails that make the contact on the when it switches one direction to the other. The switch, okay, that's the motor that pushes the points from side to side. The whole assembly is a turnout. Okay. And I'm just saying, if you take the definitions for each word, now I don't care what different people call them.
Hmm.
You know, you know it really doesn't matter. But it's just how we convolute our own language.
Hmm. Yes.
So
So at least everybody knows what you're talking about if you're in the United States when you say turnout or switch.
yeah, everybody should know it in internationally. Well, anybody in the English language should know what a turnout is. You say something to, there's a lot of Americans who would not know what a point is.
That's true, probably, because that's not commonly used.
No. And I don't know that a switch is commonly used in overseas. So,
Correct.
but that whole assembly, it's a turnout.
Yes.
So, here nor there. Points is part of a turnout, just like frogs are part of a turnout.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch, I just banged train. Oh, hell.
So it was the Norfolk Southern train that derailed.
Yeah.
It has been on the news very little. Some of the people are saying, well, the government and the railroad's trying to cover it up. No, I just don't think it's important enough to the news media because it's not political.
It's the problem with our news media.
Yeah. I know.
If it's not something they can sensationalize for commercial value.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know it's been on Fox News and it's been on Next News, but I haven't seen it on any of the other news agencies.
Back in the day, I'm talking about in the 60s, the news departments of networks were not expected to make any money. And they were expected to lose money. Then 60 Minutes came along and changed all that.
Yeah.
It showed how they could make money. But 60 Minutes also heavily editorialized and sensationalized their coverage of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh well. Hey, Randall. True, Joe. They won't report facts. They editorialize whatever the story is. They don't report the facts and let people make their own judgments.
And the facts are usually as they see it, not what they truly are.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They anyway, here nor there.
Yeah.
I don't want to be political on a model railroading chat live stream.
But we were talking about railroading in this instance.
Yes, we are, but not model railroading. Not unless we're gonna model railroad a chemical spill.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, here's a real life one. Not to the extent of that, but on the Yahoo next door, I get a call Sunday from one of my neighbors. Are you aware? The guy on the corner is pressure washing out a semi truck's diesel saddle tank in the street. I said, what? Yeah, the guy on the corner. I said, which corner? He said, next door to you. So I walked outside, and here he was, just pressure washing out this diesel tank, flowing down the street into the storm drain, which runs right into the lake behind the houses. And, the stench was amazing. And I was just dumbfounded, really. that somebody would be and this guy's a truck driver, so he has with a commercial license, so he has to be versed in diesel, chemical spills and diesel tank containment. And here he is out there doing exactly what he's not supposed to do. You're supposed to have clean them out at a place with a separation tank, so as to not dump it out in storm sewers. But no, this guy's an idiot. So I called 911. Fire department, what do? Absolutely nothing. Not enough for a hazmat response. Okay, you gonna cite them? Oh no, we don't do that. What the hell? Idiots. That was on Sunday. I spent most of Monday contacting different agencies. Finally got a hold of a couple that are interested in doing something. All right, I'm trying to bring this train around. But okay, for whatever reason, John, you're muted. Oh, you're on the phone. Okay. I don't know why this is doing what it's doing. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Stuff happens.
Yeah, it was my father-in-law that fell and broke his arm and wrist and had to have a shoulder replacement. So I'm taking care of him now since my wife's gone.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Yep. All right. So I've got a train that's never given me any problems, that all of a sudden is giving me all kinds of problems. And when all else fails, check the wheel gauging. This car's okay. I can't figure out why it's always a baggage car that gives me hell. right. Three Dub, welcome. Just woke up. What'd you do? Drop yourself down?
No, I've got computer issues today. I'm gonna have to figure out how to take care of.
I think it's operator error.
No, I think a cat did it to me again. I'm not paying enough attention to him. They said I'm gonna rearrange this stuff so I have a little bit better control over things, and keep the. Here comes another cat, so he won't linger too long like the other one will, though. Oh, he just wanted to go over there and look out the window at all the birds. So, did you figure out what your problem was with that?
No, not yet. Not yet. But I will. Eventually.
Well, while my daughter was here, Steve, she made a request of me to make a detailed list of all my train stuff. I
Oh,
guess
yeah?
I guess she's expecting me to kick the bucket here sometime soon, so she wants to know how much money she has wrapped up in this.
Well, see, if you hurry up and get going on your thing and get JMRI up and running.
Well, I've got JMRI up.
You could enter all your rolling stock and locomotives into JMRI and have a list.
Well, I've got a list of all my locomotives. I don't have my cars in there yet because I haven't renumbered them all yet.
Because that's exactly what I did. I printed out my inventory so that I could take it with me to the train show, so that when I see something, I know whether I have it or not. At least that number.
Because you don't like to renumber things, I know.
Not if I can get one that's not one I already have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah, but with me, with my railroad, if I didn't renumber things, I'd have about a third of the cars that I have right now.
No, you'd have the same number of cars, but they'd all have the same number.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I only bought numbers that I didn't have, I wouldn't be buying anymore.
See, if you, Bernard, if you have JMRI and you can enter all your locals, you can enter all your rolling stock, and it's super easy. So then you can run operations, no car cards. You can go paperless if you want. You don't have to. You can still print everything if you want to.
Well, Bernard, if my daughter had been here longer, she would have probably did the spreadsheet for me because she types a lot faster than I do. But I'd have to stand there and tell her what everything is.
You'd think that it takes a long time to figure out what Hang on a second. All right, that's what the problem was there. You think it'd take a long time to enter all the rolling stock? It really doesn't.
Well, I don't know. I've got quite a stack over there of rolling stock. Plus,
Yeah, but it's, if you put it in by road or even by type, all you're doing is changing and saving. You don't have to re-enter everything.
Okay. A little bit like an Excel spreadsheet.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is a spreadsheet, whether, type of situation.
Yeah, Bernard, you're right. I want to be able to show what type of coupler it has on there, what the wheel condition is. Have I changed the wheels over to metal? Is there anything that needs to be repaired on the car? So
you can put all that in comments.
Yeah.
I mean, in JMRI, doesn't have a separate field, but if you put it into JMRI, you can always export it out and put it in Excel and then do all that if you want it.
Or can't you export it from Excel back into JMRI?
I haven't done that, but I'm sure you could.
Probably if you only pick the cells that you need to have. Whoop, can't hear you. Maybe he's.
I was muted because
okay.
I was turning Alexa to turn the lights on because I want switch cameras. The other item that I keep talking about is already opened. And the one I've waited 2 years for. Ta-da! Rapido E8 CC and sound. So, and actually right behind me. So we'll zoom up. I put it on the turntable, see if you can see it. I may not be able to get close enough or zoom enough. Can you see that, John?
I see the roundhouse.
Oh, here on the turntable.
Yes. Oh yeah. New E8.
Yep. Have it spin around. You see all these unboxings and reviews and so forth, so on. It's a Rapido. Okay, it's detailed excellently. The lighting functions are great. The sound is phenomenal. And that's about all there is to it. It does have, it's got regular headlight. It's got the gyroscope or Mars light. It's got a step light down here. It's got class lights. It's got a reverse light in the back, but you got to do that. You got to turn it on. It doesn't automatically go on when you go in reverse. You got to hit the function for it. Okay. The only issue I had out of the box was the little sanding knobby thing, which is right here, fell off. And that was I'm sure it was me and how I handled it. So I just took a small dab or drop of super glue and stuck it back on there. It's been fine ever since. But that's the only thing uh, negative, and like I say, it wasn't Rapido's fault. The Now it says E8, but it's decaled, Burlington numbered theirs and lettered what type of locomotive it was. So this one is actually labeled as an E9. Okay, so it was either built at a later time or went back in and got retrofitted.
The only difference between the E8 and E9 is the engine, isn't it?
Correct. It's the same shell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in awe over it. It's a Loc Sound 5 decoder. And don't get me wrong, they sound great, but John, as you know, you can't program them unless you get a Loc Sound programmer. Except, well, I shouldn't say you can't program. There's certain things you can't program. You can change the number. All right, like I switched it from the default to 3 over to 9985. You can do that, and through JMRI Decoder Pro. But that's one of the few things you can actually program.
Now,
there is
I wasn't even able to change the number on mine. I had to take it down to Gulf Coast. And
I was able to do the number. Let's see. I've got another locomotive with a Loc Sound programmer in it. Oh, I think it's the Walthers SW 1500. I think is Loc Sound. Not sure though.
And Bernard wants to know if you're going to get a B unit for it.
The Burlington didn't have any B units. So no. What the Burlington did was they'd run multiple A units when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So, and typically they'd run them elephant style instead of back to back. So why I don't know, but that's just the way they did it. So anyway, it's very, very impressive. The sound is really good. It puts those Digitrax decoders to shame, that's for sure. So, and I do have one Econami and one Tsunami, not Tsunami 2, one Tsunami decoder equipped engine, and this Loc Sound 5 has the best sound. But again, I don't have a Tsunami 2, and which would still be my decoder of choice if I was going to pay that premium.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I'm probably going to get one just to test out in one of my other E8s.
Well, that's probably the fault of the Loc Sound, that they make their decoders can only be read by their Loc Sound decoder.
Yeah, what's his name? The decoder guy, or DCC guy.
Larry Puckett.
Larry Puckett. He did a segment on, you can get the Windows app for their decoder, and you can make the changes you want to the CVs on that, save it as a text file, and then load that text file in via JMRI Decoder Pro to the locomotive. So they say. I don't know. It sounds like it's just a hassle, if you ask me.
But they do sound good.
They do sound good.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.
That's my 2RS1s
Hey, Rick.
that you like so much.
Yeah. They do sound very good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn them around again. been around. But you can't see them, can you? Because it's in the way. There. And the couplers that come on it, they're not. They're metal knuckle couplers, but I don't think they're Kadee because they look a little bit different. I don't know if I'll change them or not. I haven't had problems with them, so unless that's what's causing these cars to go bad.
They're not the scale size heads, are they?
No.
Okay.
It sure is a sweet running locomotive. And what I like, every one of my locomotives I've had to seriously back off the speed on. I limit all my locomotives to 70 miles per hour using my AccuTrack. Okay. This one I didn't have to make any adjustments to. It was already in that same range, which I appreciate. I mean, I have no reason why an E8 needs to run 120 plus miles an hour on a mile of railroad, scale miles per hour on a mile of railroad. It's just stupid.
Rick was asking if you get those plugs you sent him from Amazon.
Yeah. Hang on, Rick. I'll show you the link to it. I'll post the link anyway. I think I get them from Amazon. Yeah. There you go, Rick. See you later, Joe. Yeah, I just keep a supply of them because I use plugs like either those or I used to use the RCA plugs so I could connect and disconnect my buildings, the lighting, and but then I found these and started going to these because they're more typical and actually better than the RCA plugs. So I forget to. I did. Okay. All right, let's put this one in the barn.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Couplers are not binding. How's it doing it? I'll have to sit down and go through it. Put it again. I don't know why.
Well, Lynn, you could send me some of that too. That sounds good.
just don't get. Putting her, parking her. Maybe. Yeah. Bad thing about headphones is my ears get hot.
Yeah, mine too.
I need to get some new earbuds anyway, because my other ones, one side went out. So they're Bluetooth, but they're connected from one side to the other. So I just need to get the individuals.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Yeah, those
Lynn's
plugs come in handy, Rick.
Yeah. Guess Lynn's going to be sending everybody some toast with fig orange spread on it.
Big orange spread. That sounds like a California thing to me.
Yeah. Well, it sounds good.
Hey, grape jelly or nothing. I'm a simple kind of guy. The Midwest, the big thing was always apple butter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I bet there's people going, oh, yeah, that's so good. God, I can't stand this stuff. Apple butter. Oh.
That was one of my wife's favorite. We always had to have apple butter.
Where was she from originally?
Maryland. No, another phone call.
Bernard's got to make a few loads today. I think he meant loafs. Exactly, Lynn. Exactly. Wonder white bread, grape jelly. All right. And if you know, and I liked. It didn't matter which, Jiffy or what's the other one? I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier. Peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter. Jiffy, whatever. It's, you know, one of the two major brands. Yeah, simple guy. Just give me simple things. Yeah, Rick, I could. Don't get me wrong. I put jelly on biscuits, but I don't know about with gravy. That's probably outside of my taste range. Yeah, peanut butter's great, Ben. I mean, you know, all peanut butter, unless you got an allergy to peanuts. You know, for whatever reason, I love peanut butter and jelly, and for whatever reason, rarely had it as a kid. I don't know why. I don't know why my mom didn't give us that. It's kind of like, you know, McDonald's. Dad would never take us to McDonald's. He had the option of buying a McDonald's franchise in 1950. 1958-ish. All right. And he said, no, he wanted to open up a hot dog stand. And he never did, mind you. Okay. Well, hell, that franchise, I don't know, made the guy that did buy it, became a multi-millionaire. Because back in '58, that would have been one of the original franchises, and then you buy another one and another one, another one. Anyway. So, what's everybody doing this weekend? I'm going to a train show. So I think Tom from Tom's Trains and Things, I think he'll be there. He normally goes to this one. I think he said Monday night he was going. So I'll see him there. I don't can non-monetized people can't do live streams, can they, on YouTube? I guess I could do Facebook Live. Maybe. I don't know. It all depends on what kind of reception they have there. You're going to Ventura, as I recall, Lynn. Ventura Freeway. Open road. Let's see. That was America, right? So you're going to run trains at the train show. Okay, rub it in. Rub it in. I know John, he's a member of a train club up there in Tennessee. Send me the link, Lee, and I'll be there. Sorry I dropped off so early and abruptly, but my Yahoo idiot neighbor next door was dumping diesel fuel. He was cleaning out the inside of a diesel fuel tank, all right, into the street, and the stench was overpowering. Neighbors were all complaining, and everybody's calling me because I'm the head of the HOA. And what a mess that was. The little friend of mine who's the head woman, she's like 4'0" nothing, and she's the head of the CDD, Community Development District. They handle all the parks and green belts and lakes and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, I called her because all the stuff was draining into the storm sewer, which drains right in the lake out behind the house. And she came over and she was livid. And the sheriff's deputy actually had the audacity to warn her and I not to take things into our own hands. I look at the guy, I said, really? Our sheriff's department here in Tampa area, Hillsborough County, is by, I've lived all over the country, and I have never seen such an unresponsive law enforcement agency in my entire life. Again, let's not go political. That's my rant. Don't get me ranting. There's a restaurant that's just amazing. See? Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Rick. Train show about 30 minutes home. Middlebury, Indiana. Amish country. JB, you're in Indiana? I lived on the border, just in Danville, Illinois. My office, I could see Indiana from the other side of the state prison.
Sorry, I got company real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Doing a load of those too while loafing around. Okay. Rick, you live in West Central Indiana? Terre Haute area? I mean, if you go up to, what the hell's the name of the town? 74, Covington. You got the Beef House in Covington. Phenomenal place. Great steaks at reasonable prices. Great salad bar. Just a neat place to go to. Well, you didn't last long with them, John.
No, he's still here. I'm waiting for him to email me something so I can print it for him. He doesn't have printing capabilities.
Ah.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before, John. Because I had friends that had a cottage on Pretty Lake by Plymouth, Indiana, south of South Bend.
And of course, I'm from Terre Haute.
Yeah, we were just talking about north of Terre Haute in Covington. There's a great. If you ever get back up there, John, a great steak place, the Beef House. It's famous in Indiana, and really really good. If it was any further west, it'd be in Illinois. It's like barely 4 miles into Indiana.
I haven't gotten either of them so far. Okay, well.
Your first model train show ever, Bernard? Oh my.
Stop.
All right, Lynn sent me something. I bet you it's a picture.
Right.
It is. Hang on.
Sit.
Nope. Lynn's packed the truck up.
Still hasn't come in. Why did it go into? Oh, there. No. It's cold out there.
Yeah, it's definitely train show season. We got this one, and then there's two coming up in Pinellas Park. One is the Regal Railways train show. It travels around part of Florida, and then there's also the Sun Coast, which is the one John always liked to go to. It's on I-74, Gus, at mile marker 4 in Covington, Indiana. .64 is way south, down by what the hell is it? Oh hell, I forget the name of the town. It's on the Ohio River, and crosses the Ohio River just west of Louisville. Yeah, absolutely, Rick. Absolutely. Used to eat there all the time when we lived in Danville. Of course, there weren't a whole lot of restaurants in Danville, so. Of course, my wife always called it Damville. It's west of Paducah, Gus. Paducah is across the river from Illinois. All right. And I forget the name of it. I will find it out. Maybe. Google Maps. And is it Albany? No, that's just north of Louisville. Borough, Kentucky is just south of it. I know I'm going to kick myself. It doesn't give the name of the town. Oh, that's why I know. Evansville, Indiana. Excuse me. 64 runs north of Evansville, Indiana, north side of Evansville, Indiana, across to Louisville. And that's where the new 69 comes in from, coming down from Indianapolis. We always used to drive 41 down from Terre Haute south there. Anyway. Yeah, now they just need to complete the bridge. That is the weirdest project. All the states, you got some states that virtually done. Michigan's done. Indiana's almost done. Kentucky, I think, is done. Tennessee hasn't done squat. Mississippi only has a little piece to do, and I think they're done. But Arkansas hasn't started. So, I don't think Texas is very far along either. But it's been 75 years in the making. Never been there, Randall. When it was barbecue, we used to go to BB King's or the Rendezvous or Corky's. Corky's was the go-to place. The Rendezvous and BB King's, all those were down on Beale Street and more touristy places. But Corky's had the good stuff. They started putting in some satellite places around town, so you didn't have to go all the way into just into Memphis from Germantown on Poplar. I'm trying to remember what day the Real Rails and the Suncoast shows are. I'll figure it out Monday when Tom's show's on again. Alrighty. I think I've been to Portia, Arkansas. Is it up near the border of Missouri? Well, hang on, I'll look it up. Portia. Huh. Black Oxy, yeah. Okay, I know where it's at. Yeah, I have been through Portia. I got lost one day. Yeah. Not sure if I have or no, I've been to Hoxie. One of my aunts or uncles was born in Hoxie because my grandfather, his family worked building railroads. They were on a railroad crew. I guess great grandfather, whatever. And they were Irish immigrants. And like you watch Far and Beyond, Away and Beyond, or whatever the hell the Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman movie was about the land rush. He's working on the railroad and then leaves to go to the Oklahoma land rush. Well, he's in Arkansas working on the railroads. That's kind of like family did. So what's this? I'm looking at this map here through Jonesboro. There's an Interstate 555. Huh. Go figure. Didn't know that. Yeah, the time I got lost, we went from Branson across West Plains, down through Thayer, and we were supposed to go to Doniphan. But I missed the turn, and we ended up going down 63, and then through Pocahontas, and cut back up 67 to Poplar Bluff, and That was before GPSs. All right, Rick, we'll see you later. Pretty sure some of my relatives were in Hoxie. My mom was born in Marston, Missouri, on the boot heel of Missouri. Yeah, Randall, but it was probably back before you were born. It would have been 1990, early 90s, very early 90s. So. And it was before there was a BNSF, still the Burlington Northern. And I don't think they were there. Oh, okay, maybe you were born. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Self big since John got busy. Anyway, I am impressed with the Rapido E-unit. Like I said, and they've had E-units out, just not the CV&Q. But what they're doing, Rapido's supposed to be having the, now they have the CB&Q out. They're supposed to have the Burlington Northern coming out. And then I think they have a Metro version. And then they're going to have the bi-level gallery commuter cars to go with each one of those engines as well, so that you can run the 50s, the Chicago commuter trains from the 50s through the 90s, something like that, or even 2000. Oh, okay, Randall, 84. All right, still old enough to be your dad. My oldest was born in when I was 27, and she was born in 85. So. Hey, hi. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I need to turn my air conditioner on in here. It's getting a little warm. It's 84 out here. There we go. You missed everything, hi. You missed my plastic putty. And you missed my E-unit, which is already put away. A new Rapido CV&Q Burlington E-unit. Oh, there's John. John's back. He's talking to himself. He's muted. 40. Brrr.
Sorry. Okay, I'm done now.
Stick a fork in you? You done?
Yeah. My friend, my Steve here needed some papers printed, so I was helping him out. It's always good to have one Steve around.
Yeah. So, did you get anything done on the railroad this week?
Other than cleaning up some.
That doesn't count.
Well, yeah, but I had to clean up before I could get all my buildings down so I could arrange them on the layout.
So you can mess them up again.
Right, yeah, but I have to see where my tracks are going to go, so since I have no plan, it's more of just lay track out and figure out what I'm going to do.
As long as you have a concept of what you want to do, that's fine.
Yeah, got a concept. I don't know that it's a good one, but it's a concept. So, but I think I have more buildings than I need. Isn't that a shame?
I need to move this more that way.
Yet, since my main peninsula is more than 4 foot wide, I've got to make sure I can reach where I need to uncouple or put in a lot of magnets.
But it's a peninsula. You can go around to the other side.
Yeah, I know, but it's still more than 4 foot wide. So remember,
But you only have to be able to reach 2 feet.
I've got short arms. I got to reach 3 foot. It's about 6 foot wide.
Huh.
So, yeah, I'm short. And remember, the railroad's up at 53 inches, so I will have to get up on a ladder to reach in the center anyway.
But one of those overhead creepers.
Yeah, no, I don't have room for that. Maybe in my train room when I get it, I'll have one of those. But they probably won't be that well.
Where's the helix going again?
The helix will go underneath the T section. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and now somebody else there. Just.
Well, hi, I've been up since 1. Okay, so for those who don't know, John lives in the hills of Tennessee. He gets more people visiting him in the course of a day living out in the middle of nowhere than I do in town. In the center is where his turntable and roundhouse is going. Hi. I'm just giving him crap. He's always asking me where my helix is going, and he damn well knows there's no room in this room for a helix. Oh, 4:30 a.m. start, yay! One time. Yes, high Eastern Standard. So we're 6 hours difference, I think. I know we're 5 hours to England, so I'm assuming you're 1 more hour different than that.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem.
Got my fresh egg for the day. It's funny, my chickens don't lay eggs much in the winter time. But I've got this one little one. She lays an egg almost every day. Told the rest of them I'm just going to eat them if they're not producing.
So, John, you want to see where this?
Yeah,
this
I'm sorry.
Going?
I missed it. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't shown it yet.
Okay.
If you wanted to see it,
okay.
If you do, I'll.
Sure. Yeah.
Throw it up there. And switch cameras here. All right. Now I know there's gonna be some. I can zoom in a little bit more. All right. So this building that I'm gonna be making as part of the tip of the day. An upcoming tip of the day will be made from scans of some extra pieces from this building, okay? And that I painted red brick color and weathered, etc. And then scanned it on my flatbed scanner to look like this, okay? Well, then, because it's going to be back here, it's really not very visible. Okay. So I don't need a whole lot of detail stuff with it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've cut some MDF, which is masonite, for those that don't know, to go over here. and we'll be putting this together, something like that, and then putting this fascia on it. This, and then down low in some areas will be concrete block.
Okay. Was it going to wrap around that, Steve?
No, because more buildings will come out here.
Okay.
All right. I just wanted to try this, and then I figured that's a good place for it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'll do is I'll cut some window holes into that masonite, that MDF,
Mm-hmm.
so that when I light it, the light will penetrate this cardstock. All right, and you'll see windows lit up. I'm hoping. If not, I can always come in and cut them out, and then add some frosted acetate to the windows, like I've done all the rest of these buildings.
Here's a suggestion for you on that, Steve. Try just drawing a hole so it'll look like it's a light bulb in the ceiling of the window, the ceiling of the room by the window.
What I'm afraid of is it won't light up that window. It'll be just a pinhole,
okay,
like in the window. All right. What I may do is, instead of cutting these holes, into the MDF, just go ahead and use a drill bit that rounded for that size, and then it's easy to take a file and square it off. It won't be that hard to do. Okay. Because I can use, this is cardstock. I can take and print one of these onto some thin paper, put it on there, do the cutting I need, using it as a template for the cutting, and then put the cardstock on. So
okay,
it shouldn't be that hard.
Okay, sounds good.
But that's what I think the next project's going to be. I've got the L platform, the L tracks to go in on the other side down there. I've got more of these buildings to come across to hide the exposed trolley track with. So I got plenty of stuff going on, but I wanted to try this for lack of a better term, it's a scratch build project. And it should be, if I don't like it, I can pull it out,
And I've got that 5-story building that I will be scanning for you as soon as I can.
Okay, cool. We'll scan each side.
Yeah, and it's green brick. It's a painted building.
That's fine. I'm thinking it's that iron front one that Cityscapes did.
I'm not sure if it's a Cityscapes or not, but I'll shoot you a picture of it after we get off here.
Okay,
and,
no problem.
Make sure it's one that you'll want.
Sure.
Okay.
But that's the thing, for everybody listening and watching. If you take your buildings, your kits, and when you build the walls, now I used to wait and weather my walls. Now this is the actual plastic that I scanned. I used to wait until I had the buildings assembled before I weathered them. On this one, I went ahead and weathered it before I assembled it. All right, and that allowed me to scan it, and have it turn out the way it turned out. So, if you scan your fronts, you can make some pretty decent flats yourself. Whether you're putting it on MDF or whether you're putting it on foam core. So I'm sure other people have thought of this, but I was sitting around one day and had a revelation, so to speak. Said, let me try this, and it worked. So I've got a couple. I've got this one, this brick one that I showed you, and then I also have another one that looks like this front, except it doesn't have the hole cut in the middle of it. and the sound and picture off because the video camera for this is not one of my local ones. It's actually one of my security cameras. So there's a time delay on it in case anybody was wondering.
Yes, wondering minds want to know.
Wondering minds wanted to know, right? 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Cool. So, I can do that. I'm typically busy from 4 to 6. If not 4 to 8. And then I'm at 2. I'm available, but you may hear snoring.
And Steve, on your picture right now, all we're seeing is the corner of my shirt.
Yeah, I know, because I changed it back to the monitor, and I haven't changed it over to this camera.
There you go.
So I'm back. Don't forget, Anthony Dodge is at 3:30. Haven't seen him today though. And hopefully, cousin Vinny's on at 8 tonight.
Yeah, for some reason I could not find Vinny's live stream last Friday night.
It's because he didn't have one.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes it awful hard to find when somebody doesn't have it.
When it's not there, yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's usually the last place you look, though, unless it's not there.
You know why it's the last place you look?
Because only dumb people keep looking if they found it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, JB. Thanks. Thank you. So, JB, if you're just east of South Bend, you're not too terribly far away from Anthony. Since he's in Toledo, straight shot down Interstate 80 for you. So, all right, we're at an hour and a half. So it's kind of about time to start wrapping this thing up. About 2 hours yet. Hey, I lived in Texas for many years. So 2 hours in Texas is just spitting distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was at Fort Hood for a year and a half, so yeah.
Yeah, wonderful Fort Hood.
The armpit of the Army.
Everybody says that, but there's much worse places than Fort Hood.
I don't know. That was the worst place I was at.
You never went to Fort Bliss then?
No.
Tell you another place that's not much better is Lawton. Fort Artillery School in Lawton, Oklahoma. Fort Sill?
Yeah. Well, I hear they're going to be changing the name of Fort Hood, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it was named after a Confederate general, so that can't happen.
But
and Fort Stewart and all, there's so many forts named that way that they'll be changing a lot of names.
Yeah, well, that's the heck with history, right?
Yes, yeah. Let's rewrite history. Make it correct, at least the way they want it to sound. But you know what they say, if you delete history, you are destined to
repeat it.
Make the same mistakes again. Randall, have a good day. Lynn,
Juneau.
when were you at Fort Hood, Lynn? I was
It
there.
was at Fort Hood?
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
says.
Where?
Well, he was at Fort Hood. That's what he says. Last at 206. I was there from 81 to 83 with the 3rd of the 10th Cav, 1st Cav Division.
Lynn wasn't there. He said he heard of a colonel that was at Fort Hood that got caught
heard of a
female private and got transferred to Juneau.
Oh, okay. I just saw he was at Fort Hood portion.
Yeah. But he wasn't Lynn.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, in my unit, we didn't have any female privates. We didn't have any females, period.
Not back in those days.
No. I still don't in armor. Yeah, no females in armor.
You're so old you drove a Sherman tank, right?
No, not quite, but I am called a Dino tanker since I was on M60A3s.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that was the predecessor to the M1, A1.
Yeah. But that was
Hey, Anthony!
almost 30 years ago now, so.
Well, hope you get to feeling better, Anthony. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up and take Penny for her midday walk.
And I got to go out and help the neighbor, so in the cold.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, it's up to 34. Well, no, still 34 degrees.
That's too cold.
As long as the wind isn't blowing, but the wind's always blowing here.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us here for the Friday Live and Mail Call at the Retirement Railroad. And y'all have a great day.
Good day, all.
Bye, everybody.